Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester. And so are you if you're watching videos like these. And if you're not, you will be soon enough, right? The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic with Dr. J. I am Dr. J. And I talk about all things related to manifesting your biggest desires, whatever that is, in any area of your life, right? So today is a little bit tricky. I'm going to talk about something that I'm wondering how it relates to manifesting and how it relates to being in energetic flow when it comes to receiving things that you want, right? What I'm wondering about is how does masculine and feminine energy affect manifesting? Like, what role does masculine energy play in manifesting something, and what role does feminine energy play in it? So first off, I want to say this. A lot of people may or may not believe that there's a different energetic force for males and females. I happen to be one of those people that believe there is. So if you don't agree with that, then maybe you just agree to disagree, right? But I believe they're very distinct energies. And even if it's something that we can't draw a clear line between where it's being socialized and what is innate or instinctive, there's a clear difference. The result is, the fact is, there's a difference in society in how masculine energy is displayed and how feminine energy is displayed, right? And I don't feel either one is more important than the other. I do not feel because women carry babies, they're more important than men. I do not feel that because men are physically stronger, they're more important than women. That is never my thing. I do feel that we are equally unique to each other. So when you're a mom, I'll say it, when you're a mom, and like myself, I was divorced, am divorced, right? Not was, got divorced. It's like you have that title when they try to make you carry it your whole entire life, huh? Until you go get back in that system again. And anyway, so during that time, around that time, I had to take care of a lot of things for me and then for my girls, and it was always something, right? So during that time, it's like I wasn't really dating. I didn't date anyone. I mean, I just, for almost a decade of kind of just friends, but not anything more than that. Because my whole focus was, let me raise my daughters, let me get them through this, formative age, let me homeschool them. I was hyper laser focused on writing books, finishing a master's or a PhD, I can't remember which one, teaching classes, and making sure, everything that they needed was taken care of. And so playing all those roles, I had to be a provider in a lot of instances for almost 80% of the time, right? When you start living a lifestyle like that, I feel like I moved into a very masculine space, right? Like I didn't have any patience for dating or romance or hanging out with people and getting to know them. Like I was very, very focused, and I was very, very stern and strict about my boundaries and my time. And I find that to be something that I see as one of those more logical aspects of who I am, and it's more of the masculine energy that I see in other women sometimes too. But for me, it's almost like it's a muscle, and that you exercise this muscle. The more you exercise it, the more of this energy shows up in your space, right? So I felt like the more I exercised this masculine energy, which I felt like I had to stand in the gap for because that's just what it was. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So anyway, doing all that work, I was thinking that as time went on, I could see myself withdrawing more and more from my feminine side. I wouldn't let anybody do anything for me, or I wouldn't let people take me out. I was always like, I got this, I got that. I was always thinking wishy-washy. Like people would say, "What do you want to go to a relationship?" And I used to always be like, "Go with the flow." Something that's very masculine, but it was where I was at the time. And so the more that I practiced that lifestyle, I had to actively bring myself towards my feminine side. And that's through joining different women's groups. And, I was in a couple at different times going on retreats and all these sort of things. I had to actively find that person in me again because I had lost it in being mommy, mommy provider, which is a very different person than stay at home mommy. So I was probably not working as much as a lot of people that I know was working, but I still was using a lot of my time on the road, outside the house, bringing them here, bringing them there. And I felt like I was just in this very stern and strict and more forceful kind of energy at that time. And so then you have times where more later in my life, right? Kind of, I guess, before the pandemic, in 2019, like that year, and the end of that year was one of the times where I started realizing that I had lost that energy about myself. I didn't even want to put on a dress. And so I had over time, just starting to get to know, what are these things about me that I really like? Being grateful for my female body, not cursing, my cramps once a month, all those things, just going back into that space and just being more at peace and more grateful with the role that I play with my children and the role that I have played, right? So I kind of got into that mode more. I started cooking around the house more, definitely cleaning more. Especially when 2020 came and we had to stay home from work, I got really, really domestic. And it wasn't like it's a negative thing. I just loved it. I was planting things and all. So what I mean is that there were two distinctively different types of, and then funny enough, when I was in that mode, that's when I met my partner I have now. So you wonder, well, was it when the masculine energy disappeared, this person who shows up who's masculine can sort of, balance that out. So I think for a lot of women, it is very, very hard to move from that mode to the next mode, to move from that masculine role that you had no choice in performing to some degree, and then to go into the feminine mode. And I've seen this with even married women. I've seen it with divorced women. I've seen it with single mamas. Same thing. It's what women do. And it's crazy because it really just does not work for us all the time to be so far on that end, right? Because you refuse help. You take on too much. You have too much of a burden with everything that's happening, but you still do not know how to give it away. So what role does masculine and feminine energy play in how we manifest? I'm wondering what the impact might be. And if you thought that you were turning on this video to see that I had the answers for that, I don't. Because this is a new area of personal and self-development that I've been diving into. Because I've studied so many things related to abundance, so many things related to spiritual growth, finding your foundations, your purpose, and all this sort of thing. But I've not really put too much time and energy into studying masculine and feminine energies. And that's something that really intrigues me right now. So anyway, if you have any comments about how you think masculine and feminine energy might affect the way that you manifest, or what you manifest, or what you're thinking you can manifest, but what you're manifesting instead, or whatever, go ahead and drop some comments below. And subscribe, like, share if you know someone who likes this sort of content. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.